Fear echoes through families. Fear. Sometimes through words, sometimes through silence, sometimes through survival itself. Hi, everyone. I'm Nance. Welcome to Recover Your Joy. Today's episode is deeply personal. I want to talk about fear, hypervigilance, motherhood, trauma, emotional survival, and what happens when your nervous system has been trained for years to stay alert. Not because you're dramatic, not because you're weak, because what happened was real. One of the hardest things as a mother is feeling your children's fear inside your own body. It doesn't matter how old they are or how old they get. When your children are hurting, worried, overwhelmed, or afraid, somehow that energy moves through you too. It becomes shared, a ripple. Recently, I had a dream filled with stress and confusion, work schedules, payroll pressure, emotional tension, all tangled together. I woke up feeling unsettled and unsafe, even though I was completely okay. And that's the thing about trauma. The nervous system does not always distinguish between memory and imagination, especially when the bad man was real. The chaos was real. The fear was real. The survival mode was real. Sometimes people say, just stop worrying. And honestly, I don't think people always understand what it feels like when your nervous system was trained through experience to scan for danger. What many people watch on Netflix was once our actual reality. Some of us survivors become hyper aware. Of course, we prepare for worst case scenarios. Of course, we react quickly. That was survival. For years, I became the mediator, the one in the middle, the one trying to keep peace, the one emotionally carrying everyone else while quietly abandoning pieces of myself. And healing has taught me something powerful. Love without boundaries becomes self-erasure. Ooh, that one really hit me hard. I realized recently that I cannot live inside everyone else's fear anymore. I can love deeply, I can support, I can care, and still not abandon myself. That is growth. That is healing. Healing is not pretending trauma never happened. Healing is learning that no fear no longer gets to drive the vehicle. One of the biggest shifts for me has been learning to ask what actually belongs to me, not my children's fear, not other people's criticism, not the past, not old chaos. Mine, my peace, my joy, my healing, my growth. The question that changes everything. That question does change everything. And maybe that is what choosing joy actually means. Not pretending life is perfect, not bypassing pain, not denying reality. Choosing joy means choosing yourself enough to heal, choosing yourself enough to breathe, choosing yourself enough to keep becoming, even after everything. Fear echoes through families, and healing can echo too. So if you're listening today and your nervous system is exhausted, if you're carrying too much, if you're learning boundaries, if you're healing from survival mode, I want you to know this. You are not broken. You are becoming. Thank you for being here with me today. Please subscribe, share this episode with someone who may need it, and continue choosing joy one moment at a time. I'll see you on next time on Recover Your Joy. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe. Please hit that button that says, hey, Nance is on. And hype. Yeah, that's a really good button for YouTube. So thanks again. I really appreciate it.